Hi everybody, you've arrived at Todd's World of Cooking. Today we're going back to Jamaica, and I'm going to show you how to make Jamaican rice and peas. Now I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and ring that notification bell. Now here's all the ingredients you're going to need. Now let's get started. First you're going to want to rinse your beans. You're going to want to take out any stones or bad beans that are in there. Just put them in a container, add your water, and this is going to soak overnight. You can use canned beans if you prefer, but dried beans are going to give this a much better flavor. You're going to want to soak this overnight, so you got to get this started the day before. And here we are the next day. You're going to pour your beans with the liquid that you soak them in into a pot. You don't want to throw that water out. That water has a lot of that bean flavor in it. So don't throw that out. Just go ahead and use that. Then we're going to add our garlic and ginger. Going to give that a little bit of a mix. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that the water is about 2 inches above the beans. So we're going to add a little bit more water. And we're going to stir it around a little bit more. And still needs a little more water. So we're going to add the rest of that water. Again, you want it to be about 2 inches above the beans. Then we're going to put it on the stove and cook it at about medium heat, covered. Make sure you have a lid on there. And you're going to cook that for about 45 minutes. And then once that 45 minutes is up, you're going to want to test the beans. You want to make sure that they are cooked. I just use the inside of the lid of the pan that I cook them with, and look, they squish. So now it's time to add the rest of our ingredients. First we're going to pour in the coconut milk and give that a little bit of a stir. And then we'll add our salt and freshly ground black pepper and our allspice. This is ground allspice. You can use pimento, but it's going to be a little difficult taking those pimento seeds out after it's cooked, and you don't want to have somebody biting down on a whole pimento. Now we're going to add our rice that has been rinsed and drained, followed by our scallions. You want to bruise the scallions or just break them up. You don't want to cut them up. Just break them up like that. And our thyme, just pull those apart a little bit. You put the whole thing in there. We'll be taking all that out after everything is cooked. And then we're going to add our pepper. You could use a jalapeno. Jalapeno is usually easier to get than Scotch bonnet. You do not want to cut this. It's not there for heat. It's only there for flavor. So don't cut the pepper up. Just put it in completely whole. Now we're going to put a cover on this. Put it on the stove top again at about medium heat until it comes to a boil, and then bring that heat down to just a simmer, just enough to cook the rice, and cook it for about 20 minutes. Alright, and our 20 minutes is up, and it's looking absolutely delicious, but now comes the really fun part. All those pieces of vegetables that we put in there, those scallions and the pepper and the ginger, as well as the thyme. We're going to remove those. Now I pulled out a set of tongs to use to remove these, but they're over there, so I didn't use them, and it's really hot. So use tongs to pull this stuff out. Oh, that one's really, really hot, and it's kind of down in there, so I have to loosen it up, and maybe I'll try another one. Okay, there's a piece of ginger. That's really hot. And there's some more. Oh, that's hot. That's really hot. Ow! Okay. Use tongs. Please use tongs to do this. This is one of those occasions where you do as I say, not as I do. Now, this dish actually originated in West Africa, but it's probably more popular now as a side dish for Jamaican meals such as jerk chicken. You're really going to want to go through this quite thoroughly. Get all those pieces out. There's another piece of thyme. You don't want to be serving big chunks of ginger or twigs of thyme to any of your guests or family members that you're going to be enjoying this with. Just make sure you get every piece out of there. And then once you're sure everything's out, you can give it a little fluff just to make sure that that rice is nice and fluffy and delicious. Oh, I know it's delicious. All those ingredients and spices, they make this dish so amazing. There's something that's really cool about this dish is that coconut milk that's in there. It makes this rice and peas very moldable. You can put it into any kind of mold and it'll come out in that shape. And it makes for a really nice presentation. Now, one thing I'm not taking out is the garlic, because the garlic's just going to melt into the dish and give it all that flavor. And there you go, Jamaican rice and peas. Hope you give this a try. I know you'll love it. Thanks for watching, and have an awesome day.